Hello everyone, welcome to Learning from Home channel. Now in this tutorial or video, we're going to talk about test to columns. Now what is test to column? So check what's Ahenfie here, and it's going to explain this title. Now this test to column, we have test in this column here. Now we want to move it to the other column as well. So we want to separate this and move it here. Now, in order to understand this, check. Now, I have here this column, the space, the separator is what? Space. So, as you can see, Frederick Peters, you can see here a space. So, first name and the last name, right? So, with the first name, there's a space before this. Now, there's also a space before. So, these names here, they have a space and a separator. So, that's why I have it here. The separator is space. Now, when you go to this table or this column here, you have the separator as what? At. As you can see, and here it is the ampersand, and here it is what? Comma. Okay, so now with this, you see we have the full name here. You want to separate it to this side. You want to separate the first name and the last name to each column. So that is it. That is the test column. So we want to separate maybe this Frederick should come here. So we have Frederick here, then we have the Peters here. Okay, so we want to have this. But you see now, this is one over here. It is joined. You want to separate them here. But you can just decide to type it yourself. You can just type in that demon. But you see, it's going to take time. It's going to take you time to type all this data over there. So there's a simple way to do that. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So anytime when you work with a document or sheet, then you get this document, you want to separate them, it becomes so simple and easy for you to do that. So how can we do that? Let me just clear this off. Alright, so in order to do that, just first select the text that you want to split. So I want to split this text. Now highlight the whole text. Now go to the data tab, the data tab. Now you can see search for test to column. Test to column. In this case, mine is available here. So test to column, data tab. You see, you have test to column. It's over here as well. So you have test to column. So click on the test to column. Now you have this dialog box. Now it's asking you. The test wizard has determined that your data is delimited. So this delimited means it has a space. Okay, it has space as a separator. So this is the delimited is here as a separator. Now this here, so choose the first one, that is delimiter or delimited. Now go to next. Now so you are going to now choose the separator. So here, what is the separator here? That is a space, isn't it? So you have space over here. Now click on the space. Now see, when you haven't clicked the space, you can see the text here. They are together, as you can see over here. The same thing applies here. As soon as you select the separator over here, that is a comma or that's a space, you can see now it divides the table into two. So now you have the Frederick at the first column, you have the Peters at the second column as well. Okay, so now you want this, you want to separate that like this. So you click on next. Now when this happens, it asks you destination. Why do you want to keep it? Do you want to replace it over here, or you want to put it beside? Now let's say you want to replace it over there where it is. So you see now the Frederick is going to maintain, and I'm going to move the Peters, Beeman, Hancock, Hammond over this side. Right? I'm going to put them this side, and you're going to keep the Fredericks and the Linda, Emmanuel, Newton, Raymond, Blakes, and Hansel, Ishmael, Abraham. You're going to put them the same place as it is. So now let's click on finish and see. So now you can see that now it is here. Now the text has been separated, and like we see, we have the Frederick and the Linda, the other part as well here. You can see, so that is how it is. But let's say you want to move it here, you want to maintain this text here. How can you do that? Let me just Ctrl+Z. Go back. That's it. So let's go back. Okay. Now let's go to the same data and go to Retest To Column. Now delimited, next, it is space. So let's click next. where you want to save it or where you want to keep it, I want to put them here. So with this, I just click on this one. Now choose where you want to keep it. So this side, no, this side. No, okay, start from here. Then you go back and now you press on what? Finished. So now let's finish and see. Oh, okay, so let's clear this and let's select this again. Okay, finished. Okay, so you can see that now the data has now been separated here in a different column, and now we have the table here. So as you can see, now you have what, two separate table or two separate columns over here, and as you can see, you have this, the Fredericks and the Peters here. You have Linda and the Beeman here. So you can see that. So that is the test to column. Now, so this the separator is space. Now the separator here is at. So can we do that? Yes, we can. Let's select the entire document. So let's the entire document. Okay, now let's go to test to data tab. Now test to column and delimiter next. Now here the separator, it is not space, right? It's not space. It is rather at. So you can see it's other. Click on other, then you type in the at over here. So as soon as I type the at, check what happened here. So as you see now, next, where do you want to keep it? Now let's delete this and decide to delete this. Then choose from this side. Then click on finish. Now you have it as well. Okay, so you have it as well. I can increase the size of this. Okay, and now the same thing applies. Here is the ampersand. So now let's. Okay, now data test to column limiter. Now here it is ampersand. So the same. This I'm going to change this to that's a ampersand here. Then where do you want to save it? So I'll take this off. Then I'll choose the location. Now I want to save it. Click on finish. So you have it here. Okay. So now let's go to the last one. That is here the separator is comma, right? So just highlight it at the same tab and test the column. Next, and here is comma. So now it's comma now. Okay, so next, where do you want to save it? And take it off. And this, finished. So now you can see that now you separated the text from being one to now two columns. At first it was in one column, but currently we have them in two columns as well. Okay, so that is a way to use the test to column. But you see when you click on this, the test to column, you will see we have this fixed width. Here it enables you to choose where you want to create, you want to separate from. So just try that and see fixed. I'm going to next. Now you see we have ruler here. So with this ruler you can choose, you can create the line yourself. So let's say I want to from the third one. No, this is it. So if you click you can just double click to take it off, or to just click. No, now this is the third one. So okay, so this is the second one. I have a line second one. Now I have one at this side too. So let's say you want to have 3 lines here. Okay. Now I want to have 3 columns. Okay. Now let's add one to make it 4 and see what happens. Okay, so we have 4 columns here. So it means you're going to divide into 4 columns depending on the arrangement that you've made. So when you click on finish, now destination, you can decide to choose, let's pick this or that. Okay, now finish and let's see. So you can see what happened. Now the table that we created, you can see now it has now divided the data or the table, the column here, into the division that we made. We made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns and 5 divisions, and that's why we have it over here. Okay, so that is how we use the test data. Always it's under the data tab, and it is known as the test to columns. Test to column, data tab, test to columns. Alright, thank you guys for this video. I hope it's clear now. Alright, so thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.